I want to know what relationship people should have with their inner critic.
I think I don't know. I think it's very healthy, isn't it? It's very healthy to have an inner critic, but there's the golden rule, and then there's the platinum rule, right? There's the treat others as you want to be treated, and then there's the treat yourself as you treat others. Most people are very kind. Like, you're nicer to me than you are to yourself. Like, if you said the shit you say to yourself to me, we wouldn't be friends. And I think that thing of like the inner critic has to be, it's as long as it's process driven, I think it's very, very healthy. It's like imposter syndrome. It's okay, feel like an imposter for a while, as long as you can get that to a granular level where it gives you something to work on. Like, the inner critic can't just be like, that's bad. It's got to be, oh, that didn't work, so we need to change it. Or that one's not going to work, so we're going to write something new. It's got to be something that's like you're working towards something. You're aiming up. And I think criticism is very important. I mean, Walt Disney used to do this thing where he had 3 rooms. You know, this thing of like one for creativity, one for sort of management, like how would you do the idea? And then it was only in the 3rd room that you were allowed to be critical. It's kind of fun idea of like going to sort of
no bad ideas.
Compartmentalize. Well, I do think that thing of like never refuse the muse. If you're working in anything creative, just write it down. Something comes to you, you just,
that's the Naval one, right? Inspiration is perishable. Act on it immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a Tim Ferriss says, the world rewards the specific ask and punishes the vague wish. And I think that sort of inner critic voice can expand out into, I don't feel good about the thing I did. Okay, well, that's probably the first place that everybody gets to. I'm not really too sure about why, but there's some sense of discontent about something that just happened or something that I'm about to do. Probably very normal. You don't know where it's coming from and you don't know what it's about and you don't know what to do to fix it. Okay, so how about we get away from the vague critic and we move toward the specific coach with regards to this? Okay, so what precisely is it that you're concerned about? Well, I don't feel fully prepared for the presentation I've got to give tomorrow. Okay, is that fair? Do you know that it's true? Do you think that you haven't prepared enough? Well, actually, I've prepared quite a lot, to be honest. I think this is probably just my fear trying to be sneaky and sort of turn itself into a way that I'm going to believe it. All right, well, what are you going to do about it? Well, I'll just check my notes a few more times and actually, it seems like I do know this pretty well.
The inner critic, it's not often wrong. It's just, you can say it in a nice way. You know, it's sometimes it's right. Sometimes you fuck up. Sometimes it wasn't good enough. And that's okay. It's like, it's that idea of like going, it's not repetition, it's iteration. It's like lots of different, doing the same thing again and again doesn't make you better, but like tweaking it and knowing what to tweak is that you have to listen to an inner critic. I think is it Hormozy? It's Hormozy's so good for quotes, but I think it was self-confidence without evidence is delusion. Some version of that.
Confidence without competence is delusion.
Yeah, it's so true. And you do meet people along the way that have that incredible confidence, or they sort of exude that, and then they don't have the confidence
to back it up.
And you go, well, no, you need to be able to. So finding that, I think without that inner critic, I think we would all be kind of delusional, wandering around going,
Yeah, George says, there's someone with half your talent, but 5 times your self-belief making 10 times the money.
Yes, and that's true for every British person. There's an American.
Exactly. Well, I mean, look, I think for the perennial overthinkers, reframing this very well-trodden landscape of inner criticism, a lot of the way that you can look at that is I'm fragile. My self-belief exists on a knife edge. It feels like I'm tightrope walking confidence, perhaps. But I think a better way to look at it is you're not fragile, you're just finely tuned. And in the same way as a Ferrari can go really, really fast, especially around a track. But if you don't treat it very well, it's probably going to break down quite a lot, actually. And if you treat it really well, it's still going to have a couple of hiccups and days where it doesn't fully operate rightly. But yeah, you're not fragile. You're finely tuned is a nice reframe.
It's so easy to be kind to other people and sometimes so difficult to be kind to yourself. It's like you wouldn't let someone else speak to a friend like that. You just wouldn't stand for it.
Mm-hmm.
And yet you're inner critic. You're just like, say terrible things to me.
Just accept it as it comes. Yeah. That idea on you had position and disposition. Yeah. This has happened a couple of times. I misremember things that guests tell me, and then I write about the thing that I misremembered. And what you realize is that you've actually built on something that they didn't mean. And I think I told you about this before, but I'm gonna tell you about it again. So this is after our first episode, 18 months ago, something like that. My chat with Jimmy Carr a few weeks ago inspired an idea. I've been reflecting on how your trajectory is way more important than your position. If you're number 2 in the world, but last year you were number 1, that is way worse than sitting at number 150, but being on a huge upward slope from 300 12 months ago. There's a few reasons for this. Recency bias. If your value is increasing right now, that means you have to be popular at the moment. By looking at recent trajectory, you are selecting for only the few people who are trendy right now, which is really all that we can remember. We can also romanticize where someone will be in future if they're currently hot stuff. How high might they climb? Who knows? Maybe to the top, maybe even beyond the top. Humans struggle to realize that everything is temporary, including growth and decline. Instead, it's easier to label people as heroes and losers based on what we know of them right now, so we don't have to predict a messy future. There's an old saying that there's 3 types of people on the ladder. One at the bottom, one at the middle, and one at the top. Which one is the best to be? The one that's still climbing.
Yeah. No, I think it's fantastic. It's very well put. I think that especially in show business, trajectory really seems to be such an important metric. And it's like you could be half the size of some other comic, but they've been around 20 years and they always sell out the arena. So who cares? Mm-hmm. It's like it's
novelty, dopamine. This is new, recency bias.
Yeah, I think there's a thing this year where Oasis are playing. Mm-hmm. And it's a big deal. People are very excited about it. And I think Coldplay are doing, I think it's 10 or 11 nights at Wembley Stadium.
And everyone's like, Chris Martin, bored of you. Been around for ages.
Yeah, well, of course you are. Yeah, you're a big band. But it's not like an event culturally in the same way that Oasis coming together is. There's a narrative to that and a trajectory of kind of where they are. Mm-hmm, and Coldplay have just been steadily. Yeah, listen, and if Taylor Swift does 15 nights next year, it'll be of course.
Accepted.
Yeah. So that thing of like other people getting excited about it. And I don't know what it feels like to be, in Coldplay at the moment, and maybe people aren't making as much fuss. I hope they're celebrating. I hope they're taking time to go, this is fantastic.
It's the question again of what happens when you arrive. Let's say that the things that you want to have happen. What then? Like, okay, I will be happy when I get to do Wembley. But no, I need to run it back because I need to prove that it wasn't a fluke. It's got to be 2 nights at Wembley because, the gold, that's the reason the gold medal didn't feel right because it could have been a fluke. So I need to do it twice to prove that the first one wasn't a fluke. And, because
or is it a process thing where they just go, keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep, if it's, however you want to frame it, if you're hard charging, if you're working hard because you go, well, this is an opportunity.
It's what I like to do.
Yeah.
A quick aside, you've probably heard me talk about Element before, and that's because I'm frankly dependent on it. For the last 3 years, I've started my morning every single day with Element. Element is a tasty electrolyte drink mix with everything that you need and nothing that you don't. Each grab-and-go stick pack contains a science-backed electrolyte ratio of sodium, potassium, and magnesium with no sugar, no coloring, no artificial ingredients, or any other junk. It plays a critical role in reducing muscle cramps and fatigue while optimizing your brain health, regulating appetite, and curbing cravings. It's basically a magic elixir, and this orange flavor in a cold glass of water is how I've started every single day for over 3 years, and I can genuinely feel a difference when I take it versus when I don't. Best of all, they've got a no questions asked refund policy with an unlimited duration, so you can buy it and try it for as long as you want, and if you don't like it for any reason, they give you your money back and you don't even need to return the box. Plus, they offer free shipping within the US. Right now, you can get a free sample pack of all 8 flavors with your first purchase by going to the link in the description below or heading to drinklmnt.com/modernwisdom. That's drinklmnt.com/modernwisdom. Thank you very much for tuning in. Enjoyed that clip. The full episode is available right here. Come on. Press it.